In today's video, we're switching it up big time. You guys are used to seeing off-road beasts and overland rigs in our channel, but this one is completely different. Today, we're at the Apple Valley Speedway, and behind me is a Tacoma that has been K-swapped, pushing 500 horsepower. We're gonna be breaking down every part of this build, and then I'm strapping in and going for a ride on this track. Let's see what this Tacoma can really do. All right, guys, with us today, Sergio. How's it going, Sergio?
Hey, how's it going? Good.
Dude, thanks for making this happen.
Yep.
Thanks for coming out here. This is in the middle of absolutely nowhere.
Yeah, the middle of the desert.
Literally, and Big Bear's right behind us.
Yep.
An absolute honor being here. This thing is rad, and I can't wait to learn all about it. Why on earth did you choose the Tacoma as the platform for such a rad build?
I think the Taco chose me. It was kind of like a work with what you got type of deal, you know? So this is what I had, and this is what I chose to build, you know?
Dude, and did you originally buy this to build it this way, or how did that happen?
All my friends had, like, you know, street cars, and we used to live in Big Bear. We used to like race up the mountain or whatever, and they would beat me, you know? I guess just trying to like chase them up the mountain, I was like, always like, I want to make this thing fast, you know?
Let me ask you this, is this originally an X-Runner?
No, it's just a space model single cab with a X-Runner body kit. You know, the X-Runners are extended cab. The side skirts are shortened a foot, and then the back, they're shortened like a foot too.
So at this point, was this thing lifted? Did it have big tires?
Yeah, so it's had many lives. At one point was lifted with like Bridgestone Blizzacs, Gram lights, yellow Gram lights. It did good. I lived in Big Bear and I never got stuck once with it. It handled.
And were you the original owner?
My wife was the original owner.
And you just snatched it from her.
Yeah,
and you're like, hey, I'm doing this build.
She offered it to me and I took it, you know?
Dude, have you heard a kickback from the off-road community? Like when they see this, are they like, dude,
I feel like
why on earth?
Yeah, exactly. I feel like a lot of people are like, why, you know? At first, they're a little thrown back, like it's kind of like a toy. But I think once they hear it and see it, I get a little more respect. When I had the Gram lights, I feel like I got a lot of kickback. It was like yellow Gram lights and it was lowered. We actually would find people posting the truck like on other people's Instagram, like talking shit about
making fun of you?
Yeah, making fun of you. Like, oh, look at this Tonka truck.
Come on, guys.
Not cool. Not cool.
What's still Tacoma about it?
I would say probably just the body at this point. Yeah, I mean the suspension, the arms are Tacoma arms. I chopped the knuckles.
No way.
For like, you know, for more angle for drifting and stuff. But it's a DJM kit. They make lowering kits for Tacomas. And then I have feel suspension coilovers. And then in the rear, it's actually R34 rear subframe. So it's not solid axle, it's independent. Dude,
and what about the turning radius? What did you do to get more? Because the Tacomas don't have the best.
It's not that bad.
None.
Yeah. So I had to. What you do is basically shorten the length on the steering knuckle, and it allows you to get more leverage, pretty much. So I shortened them. Let's say like they're like test phase right now. So we'll see how they do. They do good for like street driving and like, you know, occasional street drifting.
Did you originally like build it to drift? I know you said that this is your daily. You use it every day.
I did. The whole time building this, like my mindset has been like drift truck. But like now that it's built and I have so much money into it, you know, like I can't just like thrash it like that. Now it's just my daily, and like, you know, I'm occasional drifting, you know, here and there. And
today here he is at the Apple Valley Speedway. And are we gonna see you do a couple cents?
Yep, definitely. This is actually it's maiden voyage. I've done like some donuts in our shop parking lot and stuff, but I haven't drifted it on a track. So this will be on a track, exactly.
But you have all the experience, right?
Yeah. I have experience drifting. I have drift cars. And so
this guy's the man. All right, Sergio. So you told me that you used to off-road this thing, which I find amazing. Did you take anything from the off-road world and still kind of kept it in here, or is it all gone?
I would say it's pretty much all gone now.
Do you miss it?
I do. I miss like being able to just speed over bumps and shit, you know. But
these things are unstoppable, man.
Yeah, like, dude, they go like literally. It's been everywhere, and it's never left me stranded or anything.
You know what's a cool thing, Sergio? Like this truck has taken you so many places, right? Like off-roading, you told me all the stories of when you were much younger, and being able to have lived all of that with this truck, and now it's telling a different story. That's what I love about this truck.
Yeah, that's actually what I was thinking about driving up here today. Like, talk to any of my friends that have been around, like they will tell you like they have stories with the truck, you know?
And today we're gonna tell another story, you know? Dude, let's pop the hood. Let's see what's underneath. All right, Sergio, you K-swapped this thing. I have one question for you. Why not a 2JZ? This is a Toyota, you know, you're in the drift world now.
So when I first started to like, you know, plot the build, plan out what I was gonna do, JZs were $1,700, you know, so they were affordable. I didn't do the swap in time, I didn't buy the JZ in time, and then COVID happened, and now the JZs are like $6,000, $7,000. So like out of reach. I mean, like I could probably still have bought in one JZ and done the swap, but if anything were to happen with that JZ, like I can't afford to go spend $6,000 and do another swap, you know, versus like K24, they're $600, you know.
$600 bucks?
Yeah, I paid $600 for this. So like, check this out.
Oh, no way.
If there's like some math equation, like dollar per horsepower, the K24 wins, you know, all the time. So I got 500 horsepower for $600, you know. I still would have had to buy all this other accessories for the JZ plus $6,000, you know, versus 600. So if this shit blows up today, I'll have it running by Monday, you know. I'll hit the spot on the way home, they'll load it in the back, and I'll swap it out, you know.
I can't even fight you.
I'm not even mad. That's amazing.
JZ, like I said, like it would have, if it blows up, that'd put me out for like 6-7 months. I'd have to save up, sell some shit, you know. But versus this, like, you know, like I get back on my feet. I'm driving again.
You did all this by yourself?
Yeah, I did motor mounts, trans mount, intercooler pipe, all the fab work basically. And then my buddy Andrew and Raul wired it, tuned it at our shop and stuff.
And what's everything that you've done to the engine? I see you have an insane turbo there.
So yeah, it's actually a bone stock K24. It makes 500 on a stock internals. It's a Garrett G30 Plasma Man intake manifold. That's pretty much like it, just bolts on stuff, I guess.
Sergio, how much boost are you pushing to make 500 from stock internals?
So it's only like 10 pounds.
Really?
10 pounds, 500, yeah.
That's really turned out.
Minimal, yeah. I'm pretty sure like the turbo definitely still has room to go, you know. Maybe I could probably get like another 50, 100 out of the motor, but that would be like on pushing it, you know.
Yeah, and you're on a standalone?
Standalone, Haltech ECU, Haltech wire and harness, pretty much Haltech all electronic stuff.
So engine-wise, are you gonna want to keep pushing it, or are you happy where it's at right now?
No, actually, I'm gonna build a motor, and then I want to turn it up. I want to be like 750, 700, 750. Yeah, just comfortably. A lot of people are like, oh, you know, like, why'd you build this? What's the point? And it's like, obviously it was like to drift, but like now that it's built, like, dude, just driving it on the freeway and like,
so nice.
Yeah, just nobody passes me, nobody punks me. Bad part about dealing for 6 months is now 500 horsepower doesn't feel like anything. You know, now I'm like, this is slow, but my friends get it and they're like, oh my God, you know, I'm like, oh.
Dude, I'm excited to hop in and get a test drive on it and feel it, right?
That's it, yep.
Feel what 500 horsepower on a track is gonna be like. That's something, guys, I've never in my life experienced.
You've never ridden in a drift Tacoma on the track?
It's always been off-roading, it's always been on rocks.
You've ridden a drift car before, right?
I've been in a drift car, but just doing, you know, like around the cul-de-sac,
so not even on a track?
And it feels insane, so I am freaking out because I've seen videos of this track, and this track is gnarly, especially this turn right here.
Yeah. You can see the tire marks of people where they've gone off track, and you know.
Dude, I saw a video of a
straight
car like on top of those tires.
We'll try to stay away.
Don't tell me that, dude. My heart right now is like. How hard was it to figure out like the mounting locations for the engine?
It was like a couple weeks of like taking it in and out. That was probably the hardest part of the whole swap was, you know, setting the motor. But once I set it, you know, like as far back and as low back as possible, that was the goal, you know. When
we do these builds, we obviously do it a certain way, and then, you know, it's kind of hard to go back.
Yeah.
If you were to start from absolutely scratch today, right? Fresh, clean slate, what would you have done different?
Oh, dang. I don't know. That's a good one. This is kind of like in the opposite direction of the K, but I think I might have gone like maybe LS, you know? Not so much for like drifting, but like more like daily duties, you know, like hauling stuff around or for work, putting tools in the back. Like I drive to the track, usually I got like a pit bike and tires, and that's usually like 800 pounds to 1,000 pounds.
And you feel it.
And with the K24, you definitely feel it. You know, you could feel the weight or whatever. And I feel like if I would have gone out less, I could have loaded that shit up, you know, put a 10 on the top and still been drifting, you know, but
dude, that would have been sick.
Yeah.
Hey, we still have time.
Yeah, version 2.
Let's go to the back. I want to see what suspension setup you have, and then we'll go into the interior, and then I get to strap in.
Well, first, before, you have a dual caliper setup, right?
Yep.
So you have a handbrake. What's going on with the rear here?
So I actually did the rear end first, like in 2016, 2017. It's a R34 rear subframe.
Oh, wow.
R34 rear diff and axles.
Wow.
So it's independent, you know, it's not solid axle. Yeah, it
That's
handles
insane.
for like drifting and like, you know, time attacking. It's the way to go, pretty much.
Did you weld the exhaust yourself?
Yeah, and I made the exhaust. From front to back, I have 3 resonators, 2 mufflers, and in this one, I just added this little like whatever muffler on the back just for like a little extra, like, because it's daily, so I don't want to like draw too much attention, you know, keep it nice and quiet. You'll see it's not that loud, but yeah.
Would you like for it to be loud?
No, I actually, all my friends at work tell me not to, but I want to add one more muffler and quiet it down just a little bit more, just so like
make it a real sleeper.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so it's like dual caliper, pretty much what you would just put on a drift car, an ES14 type setup.
Dude, you nailed the stance.
Yeah.
This thing is sitting like so
Yeah, it's perfect. It's perfect. When I first built it and I didn't have the swap and it was like slow, it was like stance. So I had like lip. I had like the fender to lip.
Like you
So,
were rubbing.
I was that much lower and my side skirts were on the floor and I was daily and like that. That's why I had the under panels put on, because I was just ripping off the body kit. It was just like every day I'd lose a panel. So I had these put on to hold the body kit up.
Dude, that adds a really nice touch.
Yeah, and then the rear diffuser, yeah, it kind of finished it off nice.
Dude, let's move on to the back. I want to see this suspension setup. This looks like a lot of thought went into it.
Yeah, this was like pretty hard at the time too. So it's on cantilevers. When I first did it, I didn't know like anything about cantilevers. So this was like a learning curve for me. But basically how it works is I get 3 inches of travel on the arm and 1 inch of travel on the coilover. So like that little bracket is giving me leverage to get more travel out of a smaller coil.
That sounds crazy to me, because
it's pretty gnarly.
going from the off-roading world where we're trying to get all the travel we can, and then just hearing you have 3 inches of travel, it's like, dude.
yeah. And if you see the car driving on the street, it looks planted. You know?
Yeah.
You could tell it's solid.
Is it super stiff?
No, it's pretty soft. The coilovers are stiff, but the cantilevers make it soft. If that makes
I'm interested to see how the suspension is different on the track.
First,
you know,
yeah.
how you want it to handle, how it's gonna feel. You know, what fuel cell do you have back here?
So I have a Nuke Performance, a 20-gallon. It's got a surge tank inside of it. So it's two Hellcat pumps. Like one pump feeds the surge tank, and then the surge tank.
There's one thing you did keep from the overlanding world, dude. The rotor packs.
Oh yeah, the rotor packs. I want to add another one to this side, and then, you know, just for backup.
Dude, that's
stuff.
cool.
Yep.
You kept something from the off-road world.
Well, now that like it's done, the big financial hump is over with. I want to start getting like overland stuff, like for the camper, and I want to do like urban camping,
dude.
Like city camping and shit. You know, like
camp out at an event or something.
Yeah. Just like
Have a
pull up to a
tent,
drift
pop
event
up.
with the kids and just fucking sleep in the back
that
or
would be
whatever. You know.
sick.
Dude, hit us up, man. We got you.
Yeah, I'm down.
Dude, what's going on down here? Explain to me what this is for.
Okay, so the rear diffuser on track, it pretty much creates more downforce for traction and stuff. Like I said, I originally got it just to hold the body kit up, but like they showed me a picture of this, I was like, yeah, let's run that, you know.
Dude, I'm so new, guys, to the drift world, just racing world in general too. Like, obviously I follow it and everything, but I really wanted to also ask, because I feel like a lot of our viewers are so new to all this, right?
Yeah.
So you explaining that is freaking rad, man. Guys, we're gonna learn a lot today.
Yes.
Dude, I'm looking at this thing, I'm like, why is it so low, dude?
yeah. If you look it down there, like,
dude, this is insane.
I actually have air jacks, you know, like the race car, the air
They
pit.
pop up?
Yeah. So
no way.
I have a Nuke Performance air jack. Then I'll be able to just.
Dude, that would be rad.
Yeah.
Since you daily drive it, is there any like creature comforts that you've put in the truck?
That's kind of like where I'm at right now. Like I got a reverse cam, like the Wolfpack dash cam. So the whole premise of like doing the swap was like, I'm about to be 40. I can't be driving a car with no AC, you know? So I have to finish one line, and I'm gonna do that next week, and then I'll have AC. So like that's like the main thing. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty much daily certified. It's got a little system. It's got, you know, radio, heater.
Does your wife still, like, what does she say now? Like, she sees this truck, it used to be her, you've completely changed it. What does she say?
At first, I think she was like, didn't trust what was happening, you know, but now that it's here where it's at, she loves it. She loves it. The kids love it. My daughter says it's her truck.
Dude, the things our wives have to deal with.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. She went through it with me with this one.
This is crazy. He just opened up the door and I'm immediately just thinking of my second gen. I want that thing built like now. Wow. Do you mind if I sit in there?
Yeah, hop in.
Let's see. Oh my gosh. Dude, wow. Okay, so here you have the e-brake.
Yep.
You got NRG bucket seats. Dynomat. How good are the Dynomats?
Pretty solid. I took them out today, but I have two 12s that I usually have in the back or whatever.
Oh, you have two 12s?
Yeah,
dude.
Yeah.
This thing kicks.
If you open the glove box, you could see all the like electronics right there.
Wow.
It's like,
what's all this?
fuse box, the ECU, pretty much all the electronics that run the motor
here's another Overland mod right here.
Oh yeah,
Just
there you
spotted.
go.
Yeah. This is awesome. Dude, we got to get you a sick infotainment system right here.
Yeah, I'm down.
You know?
I'm down.
That's rad, man.
How's it feel sitting in there, man?
It just makes you want to turn it on and go. You ready to hit the track?
Yeah, I'm down. Let's do it.
Dude, let's do it. Guys, make sure to check out our website, Rodeo X Rigs. We're doing a whole California tour. We're also hitting Colorado this time. And at one of the events, Sergio's gonna be there. So make sure to come see this truck. You get to see it in person. What an honor.
Yep, same.
Let's do it. Should I put on a helmet?
Yep.
Let's go have some fun.
That is so sick, bro. Wow. That was just so much fun. Two different worlds. The adrenaline that you get from, you know, off-roading and rock crawling and adrenaline, like overlanding, like every single different world that I've been able to experience by chasing after Tacomas has been absolutely insane. And you know, one thing I would tell you guys is like, don't think inside the box so much and just be so like centered on like overlanding or like rock crawling. Like, try to think outside the box and just appreciate this build for what it is and the respect that it deserves. 100%.
So, Mateo, what are your thoughts?
Dude, that was so rad. I want one. Can I place one in order? Dude, this thing is so sick. Just seeing how he was maneuvering it, just, you know, so much is going on. He's like clutch kicking, then he's hitting that e-brake, and then you have these other dudes that are out there and you're like, whoa, dude, and then they're coming into the turn. Oh, gosh. Wow. Oh, I don't know what,
It's adrenaline.
dude, how do you feel? How do you feel right
Pretty
now?
amazing. Amazing. Like, pretty satisfied. It's like everything I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah?
Like we're gonna mess with the tires and like dial it in a little better. Yeah, the weight in the tires are just making the truck grip up. So it's like, it's pretty much overworking the truck. But like, it's
Now you just get to have fun, right? You can see that it's working the way it needs to, right?
It's
You
not
just gotta tweak
overheating.
it.
Exactly. Little fine tuning. We'll get there. A couple more laps, we'll get there.
He's just tuning it in. Now he's gonna go rip it again. And I have a feeling he's gonna destroy that track. right, Sergio, you went out there, you had a blast. I had a blast, not only being passenger, but also shooting you and seeing you at the track. What's missing? Like, is it dialed? How do you feel driving it?
It feels good, the power's there. I think I just got to dial in the suspension, maybe stiffen up the rear a little. It's doing it, you know, but it could be better.
I love how you were calling the shots. You were like, I gotta remove the cap, I gotta switch the tires, and then you started kind of tuning it a little bit, and seeing that was so awesome. There was one lap that you did like every single turn just perfectly constant, and it was just beautiful to just see you slide.
It felt good. I was like, I'm doing it, I'm doing it.
Yeah. It was definitely outside, just seeing you slide, and I got some cool shots. I hope you guys enjoy those. Dude, thank you so much.
Yep, thank you.
So are you convinced? Is this the wildest Tacoma you've ever seen? Or should Sergio lift it and put 35-inch tires? Let us know in the comment section down below. If you guys made it this far and enjoyed the video, make sure to smash that like button. If you haven't already done so, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.